So we're in the first chapter. We're looking at starting our phrase in different places. Now I want to talk about where we end the phrase. And we're going to get more specific. When we were talking about beginning, it was very much just softly either on the beginning of the phrase, early or late. Now we're going to actually target a specific beat, a specific point in the chord progression to end our phrase. And we're just going to play into that. So again, I've made a loop. This is a 4-bar phrase. There's 4 chords. They are D, E, A, G. So this is a chord progression in the key of A, but it starts on D, starts on the 4 chord, 5 chord, E, 1, and then flat 7, G. It's a measure each, so it's a 4-bar phrase. And what I want to do is I'll just pick, in the 4th measure, I'm going to end whatever I'm doing on beat 1 and let it ring out. So if this is the beginning, 2, 3, 4, blah, boom, blah, 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 boom, blah, 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 boom, blah, 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 2, 3, 4. So do you get that? So whatever else happens is really free and open. I don't have a plan, but just by focusing on where I want to land at a kind of subconscious level, that's going to direct the whole arc of what I'm doing just by picking this ending point. So again, I'm thinking about measure 4 and ending on the first beat of that measure. So let me show you what I mean. I'll do it once without playing it. I'll let the loop go by and just show you by talking it through, and then I'll play it. So that's measure 1, 2, 3, and now so anything could happen here. That's that beat. So you could play that a lot of different ways. You know, I have a way that I guess I just play a lot of the time. So I'm playing my style. You could play your style. But by aiming for that specific place, a lot of the stuff, once you start playing, kind of takes care of its own shape because we've got this place that we are landing. So now let's try a different kind of phrase. Again, it's a 4-measure phrase, but instead of going all the way into the 4th measure, we're going to play on the and of 2 in measure 3. So let me count this through with the looper going, and then I'll play it. So 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 1 and 2 and. Again, 1, 2, and this is the 3rd measure, 1 and 2 and. So here we go. I don't know. I am fascinated by this. I hope it feels like an interesting area of phrasing to get into for you. The electric guitar doesn't give us a lot of resistance, right? It's not like blowing into a saxophone or even singing. Like, it's pretty easy going. So it's a trap that we can fall into on the guitar to just play run-on phrases that don't have a clear beginning, middle, or end. In this course, I'm not going to talk very much about the middle because I have found that by focusing on the beginning and focusing on the end, that a lot of the stuff in the middle takes care of itself. And also, you don't want to over plan. If we plan the beginning, the middle, and the ending, then it doesn't feel so playful, right? So there has to be room for something to happen in the moment. So we'll leave that alone. So let's try one other landing place. And also, so far I've been landing places and then letting it ring. So let's think of some place we can stop and stop short. So I'm going to stop on the again in measure 3, but now on the and of beat 4 in that measure, and then I'm just going to stop. So let me show you what that's like. 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, and 4, and. So that's where we're looking to stop short. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. So that's a specific place, and there's some space at the end. You could have as much fun experimenting with this as you want to. There's lots of places in a 4-bar phrase that you could put an end point. And once this is something comfortable for you, you could, in that long of a phrase, maybe even pick 2 end points. So you're going to play up until this point and then leave a little pause, and then up until this other point and leave a pause. Again, they could be places where you stop short, places where you go long. You might even have fun picking a certain note that you want to stop on. I wasn't doing that in my own examples, but I do sometimes do this. Like if I'm recording a guitar solo, if I'm overdubbing a solo for somebody on a something for a recording, it's different from what I might do on stage where things are looser and more jammy. But on a recording, I know, okay, after my solo, it goes back to the verse or the chorus or whatever, and the singer is going to come in on a particular note or a particular beat with that note. So I might plan the landing of my solo so that it leaves it kind of opens the door for the singer to come back in. So it can be really super specific, or it could just be, I know I want to end my phrase here. This is something I think can be a really powerful tool in shaping your phrasing.